Hi, I'm Bev Hammond, founder of the Blackwell Consortium Crusade, and I want to welcome you to this video where we in the BWC community are proving that cash flow is king. We've defined our purpose, mission, and vision as follows. We want to revitalize Black communities by leveraging asset collecting to build generational income, meanwhile providing education to assist Black families in creating their family enterprises and leverage this network of 100,000 family enterprises to launch a venture capital firm by December 2025. For decades, we've lived the model of getting an education, getting a job, and 40 years later retiring. We must acknowledge the inadequacies of this 40-year model, one that is no longer effective in this economy. We should strive for higher education, but it's become an industry that leaves far too many people with lifetime debt, whether they achieve a degree or not. We definitely secure jobs that provide upward mobility, but that leads to higher tax brackets, out of control consumerism, and debt. And lastly, we're put in charge of managing our own retirement plans without proper education, which makes us vulnerable to companies that exploit our financial ignorance. Here's the thing. If your financial strategy requires you to remain an employee, you will always be time challenged. So you need to consider companion strategy. If you must pursue the 40-year model, then add asset collecting to your agenda. That is acquiring assets that put more income in your pocket month after month. This financial statement represents the 40-year model that has families leveraging their job to cover life expenses and setting aside funds for retirement. Here's the thing. Growth on those retirement funds is slow, which is why we need 40 years. And secondly, in the best conditions, when the income is greater than the expenses, there's cash flow that's positive. But with the job at the center, when there are economic impacts to your employment, then your household may be vulnerable in terms of their ability to cover expenses. This is why BWC believes we should create a system for asset collecting that will allow us to increase our income month after month. We create cash flow shifting to begin generating these assets, and our financial statement begins to shift so that we're acquiring more assets as opposed to just saving. You see, here's the end game. We want to grow our cash flow system so that eventually the job is not a requirement. More importantly, we can control our time frame by our efforts and our results. But you know what? This process requires developing a new skill set. And thanks to Robert Kiyosaki, we now can tackle the learning curve that's a part of this journey by having some fun through his cash flow game. You see, to start this game, the key here is that you have to focus on your salary and looking at your total income, subtract out your expenses, and then what you have left over is what we call the monthly cash flow. This cash flow should be used to acquire assets that increase your passive income. Meanwhile, you continue to grow your passive income until it equals or exceeds your monthly expenses. In this example, this business manager would have to have $2,900 in order to have enough passive income that matches or exceeds the expenses, and then they can make a decision as to whether or not they remain employed. Guess what? We're taking the cash flow nationwide. If you want to become a part of our cash flow network, then get back to the person that sent you the link to this video, or go to our website, www.bwcforus.org, and find out when the cash flow game is coming to your city. Thank you very much and have an amazing day.